All right, let's do this thing. Let's roll. The Thursday night throwdown has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the patrons, everybody else in between. We step up and in on this Thursday night throwdown. The LA Lakers getting ready to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it's a rare occasion when we got a piece of the Lakers, but that's what we have tonight at plus 10. We went contrarian earlier in the day with the New York Knicks. We cashed that ticket, but in typical fashion, we're stumbling out of the gate here this evening. This Raptor-Phoenix game, there's just not as many points as I thought there was going to be. Toronto only have 95 points. They're up 95-87. You know, that's the thing with Phoenix, Listen, the total's 220.5 right now. We've got 224, so we've got a puncher's chance, I guess, but we're lingering. I was on the wrong side of that Pacer game here this evening, which I usually am, to be honest. I had a weird feeling about it. I was going to cancel the pick. I was like, man, Philadelphia's probably going to beat these guys. But, man, the Pacers at home, they just don't win big games, this team. The Pacers are good, but they're not like a real threat. I get fooled by them sometimes, but frustrating game there. Bad bet there. Like I said, this Raptor game is 95-87 with like 7 minutes left. Phoenix just hit a 3. Like I said, there's a puncher's chance that it gets there. It's fucking probably going to land like just fucking a few points short, though. So we're on the Lakers plus 10, and we're on the Lakers Oklahoma City Thunder over. It's really just the calm before the storm. We'll take a look at the late night board here, but we're waiting for the UFC on Saturday to step up, and then of course Sunday with the National Football League. There's been a lot of talk about the weather on Sunday, and already there's reports that the weather's not going to be quite as bad as they were saying it's going to be in Kansas City, and that's exactly what I said earlier in the week. You can't believe early weather reports. You can't believe early weather reports, especially like days away. And I'm not even saying this like is to be critical of meteorologists and weather people. Well, no one knows. You can't, you know what I mean? The radar and all their systems and shit, they can sort of predict and be in the ballpark, but it always amazes. Like, people think they're in control of things. Like, we're not in control of things. Maybe some people control the weather for nefarious purposes at times, but the Kansas City Chiefs can't control the weather. And the weather people, like I said, they're just throwing darts. It's like astrology, fuck. You know what? You read your horoscope in the newspaper on a daily basis, and every couple of days, whatever, it'll be, oh yeah, it's kind of close. But yeah, because there's 365 days, so a broken clock is right twice a day. But it happened last week. Remember, so the Kansas City game, it looked kind of bad, then it sort of stopped. All week they were saying how bad it was going to be in Foxborough and the Chargers. It wasn't bad. It was sunny and shit. Now we're hearing about how polar vortex this, and it's going to be the worst weather ever, and blah, blah, blah. And already earlier in the day, I see a headline, weather won't be quite as bad as expected. Funny, I'm looking for that story right now. It's like they took it down. It's like, hey, you're blowing the narrative to the game. Now let's check in ourselves here. See, like I said, I never so for betting purposes, I never buy into this narrative during the week when it comes to football. I never have, because I know that the weather is erratic, man. Weather can change. Like, the weather's different, like, on the other side of the Hudson than it is here. Like, weather is just, it changes. It can be, earlier in the day today, I was like, oh, it's kind of nice out today. And like 3 hours later, I was like, holy fuck, it's cold. right? Like it goes back and forth. Like I said, you know, it could snow. I guess there was 13 feet of snow or something in Kansas City, but they posted a picture of the field. They put in new turf even. They even put in new grass for this game, which I don't really like that you did that. As somebody on Kansas City, you know, what are you changing the grass for? Just leave it the way it is. You know, so I don't think the conditions are going to affect the team and the game as much as people make it out to be. So here it is on Sunday. Holy fuck. Quite the big difference. Suddenly it's going to be 29 degrees on Sunday. And the low is -2. Blah, 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 blah. Arctic blast. Here it is. Arctic blast might not hit Kansas City after all. All right, here's from the local. Here's from the Kansas City Star. So this is some local shit here. I got video at the stadium here. Whatever, man. It looks like any other rainy day. So this is like right from the Kansas City newspaper. Well, snow is still in the forecast for Kansas City. There's good news for those headed to the AFC Championship game. It won't be as frigid as first feared, though it will be cold when the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Patriots Sunday evening. Temperatures during the game are now expected to be in the low 20s with wind chills in the teens. As the winter storm threatens Kansas City, Weather Service employees are working without pay because of the federal government shutdown. Though they will receive pay once the shutdown ends. Listen, I know it sucks for these people, but like, holy fuck, man. Like the government shutdown and stuff, the workers, they've only missed one paycheck. Now, listen, I'm saying only one paycheck. I know it sucks, but trust me, in my industry, man, you wait sometimes for paychecks. And so like these people are like, fucking, I'm selling my car, I'm doing this. Like, holy fuck. Like, it's like, chill out. The shutdown will be over in a fucking week or two, and you're going to get your fucking money. Well, I saw a thing here tonight. I saw, what's up, Locke Stackings? What's up, Truth? What's up, Drew? Kyle, Jazz, Shano, Grinch? I saw a thing tonight. Of course, it's always about football, right? In the end. So there's now concerns about the Super Bowl in Atlanta due to the government shutdown. Basically, they're stating there's going to be 100,000 people hitting the airport, and they can't handle it. TSA. TSA is saying there that it's catching up. I guess, shit got through in Dallas the other day. People aren't showing up anymore. I guess a bunch of people quit. That's one thing, like Jazz is saying, is I saw a chick, and you know how much they get. So I'm talking about the people at the airport, the TSA agents that everybody dislikes so much. I got to be honest, I've never had a problem with them. Like, I've never had a problem with Homeland Security or TSA before. It's funny, too, because it's like the first time it ever happened to me was recently, actually. Buddy told me he needs to touch me. he was very apologetic about it too. He was like, listen, he goes, I'm sorry, but he goes, I have to check your ankle. And he goes, there's something weird around your ankle. And I was like, whatever, buddy. And he goes, just roll up your pant if you can. And he did. And he just looked at my ankle and he goes, okay. Like there was no groping or like people, I don't know, man. Like people always blow everything up like worse. I travel a lot too. I've never been groped once. I told you the story. The only time I ever got the secondary search was when I was with Princess. I had a cat. And basically, they wanted me to go through the x-ray machine with the cat. And I told them, I can't bring a cat in this fucking thing. And they're like, all right. If you don't want to do that, you're going to have to agree. They're like, well, you're going to have to agree to a search then. I was like, whatever. I agreed to a search. But I told you then, fucking Princess pissed on their carpet and shit. So basically, yeah. So I saw the TSA agent on TV. And she basically stated that a lot of people just quit. Fuck. Like they're like, fuck this. Like it's not worth it. And, so they tapped out. So they make fucking $37,000 a year. That's what they make. 37,000. Which isn't a lot, right? So which isn't a lot. So like Josh says, these people miss a check, the wheels start to fall off, they miss another check. I imagine it'll be resolved eventually here. They can't go on like this forever. What's up, Edge? What's up, Lisa? What's up, Kyle? Yeah, I can't believe this thing's going to go on forever. It's becoming a real circus. It's eventually, they're going to have to do something eventually. You can make people work for a little while without pay, but like I said, they've only missed one paycheck now. And they're already starting to fucking panic. So imagine like if there's the next paycheck, basically in 2 weeks, then people are then it's gonna hit the fan. Basically, people like they'll start walking out and shit. You know what I mean? There'll be protests, they'll start walking out, airports will come to a standstill. It's gonna be a real circus, I imagine. It's already a circus. Like the waits are long. Like the last time I flew, the plane was delayed like an hour, man. It was freaking frustrating. And I got punished because I get there on time. I got through, but basically there was like 2 TSA agents for like fucking 1,000 people. Like it literally, like the line wasn't moving. And it's the same thing. Like that was in Vancouver. I saw Atlanta's a shit show. Chicago's a shit show. All the airports are starting to shut down now, basically, slow down. And you're not paying the traffic controllers, the air traffic controllers. That's not good. Like those are people that you need to be like alert, And if they're sitting there pissed off, like and I said, they're starting to not show up a bit. It's going to be an aviation nightmare soon. Like I said, I was just reading about the Super Bowl. They're concerned about like security. They're concerned they don't have enough people. Yeah, what's going on with that Bitcoin stuff, anyways, right now? What's going on with that Bitcoin stuff? I know there was quite a. I know it took a little dive, but did it stabilize? Yeah, air traffic control is serious. What happened? It's 103, 102 right now for the Toronto Raptors. I actually thought Phoenix was the play here tonight. No Kawhi Leonard. Kyle Lowry was, was a scratch, but they threw him in like, about half an hour before the game was announced. No, he's going to play. They played last night, laying 8 points. It seemed a little high. The Raptors are actually losing right now. One thing with the Raptors, and there's always going to be a lot of panic and analysis about this team, but one thing with the Raptors, what's frustrating right now is it's too close the game for the total. Fuck. Like if the Raptors were up like 110, 104, we can get some fucking garbage points, but it's 105, 104, so it's all tight and shit. This is annoying. But the Raptors are tired. Listen, I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just calling it out for what it is. They're tired. You can see they're tired right now. The thing with the Raptors is they play pretty hard on a nightly basis, and it catches up. It catches up. They're going to need, I think, the All-Star break will be good for them, except they're going to, Kawhi's going to be an All-Star. I don't know if Kyle Lowry is. I don't think Lowry's really played enough. All right, the Raptors are losing 107, 105. We're going to need overtime for the total. I didn't bet the side here. I just have the total. But like I stated, to be honest, you can believe in trends or not, but basically the Phoenix Suns always cover against the Raptors for some reason. There's always these weird anomalies in sport. And quite frankly, the Raptors aren't really playing great right now. They're good, but like I said, they're hitting a little bit of a wall right now. All right, 107, 105. Raptors with the basketball. Although my stream probably is a little bit behind. Siakam under the basket. All right, shooting free throws. There's Nev, the super fan. Man, this guy's hardcore, fuck. Like, has he ever not been in a Raptor game? Like, if the Raptors ever win, like, I assume like that he gets a ring type shit. Like he's more of a fan than Drake. Like he's the real celebrity fan. This guy, everybody knows him. Like even Corey asked me about him. He goes, "Hey, what's that guy with the turban on his head? You know that guy?" I said, "I had a super fan." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Seems cool guy. He's at every game." He goes, "Every time the Raptors, I always see him." Like everyone knows, you notice too, the players always go over, like the visiting teams go over and say hi to him all the time. Because he's not a nut job super fan. That's his nickname. But he's actually a car dealer. He's pretty smart, though. It's free publicity. It's actually genius. I don't know how that wasn't a foul. Buddy on Phoenix just got like pushed over. Raptors up 109-107 with 47 seconds left. Ibaka's a badass. I actually have him in my lineup here tonight. What's he got? 32 fantasy points. Kyle Lowry got up to 39 fantasy points. Devin Booker, 44. Not too bad. I'm climbing the ladder here. I have 191 points. But my most expensive player just got started. Like I got Paul George, I got Bobby Portis, and I have Kyle Kuzma. Like I got 3 players all in action here, and I already have 192 points. If Paul George can go off here tonight and Kuzma has a pretty big night, I could be on. I could whatever. I'm not going to win big, but I could win a couple of bucks back on DraftKings. So speaking of DraftKings, we have an update as far as the betting national championship. And as expected, the lawsuits have begun. I believe there was a first one, and now I think there's a second one. One guy's suing them. He wants his $10,000 back, and he's suing them for $334,000 in distress. The more you hear about what happened, the shadier it is. And listen, I'm not saying this maliciously against DraftKings. I think DraftKings had good intentions, but the problem is there's just too many stories. It went from, oh, that one guy didn't get his bet in. No. It's all kinds of crazy shit. There's one dude that fucking on Saturday afternoon, he didn't get graded for an hour and a half. He didn't get graded for an hour and a half, and he missed out on betting opportunities, basically, while other people got graded in-game. So essentially, remember we told you guys, you could bet on anything, okay? And it's a bad idea, that, because it turns into a shit show. So this guy bet on fantasy point props. So some sports books, including DraftKings, have a prop, over under fantasy points. How many DraftKings points is he going to get? So Buddy bet at the contest on Marlon Mack. To go under. Marlon Mack went under. He didn't get paid for like an hour and a half after. And they told him there was a problem. They said you need to wait with prop betting. And it is true. Some sports books, you need to wait longer for props, but you're in the middle of a fucking contest. So from what I understand, the guy, they told him that there was a problem at the office, at the headquarters of DraftKings, which is right down the street in Hoboken. And the contest was in Hoboken at the W Hotel. And the guy fucking went. He left the contest and he went to the DraftKings fucking office and he started like, what the fuck? And he was like, you know what I mean? So he actually split, and get this, they graded his wager when he went there. So imagine he's at the W Hotel. He's fucking freaking out at someone there. They say there's a problem at the fucking place. He fucking left. Like, he actually went to their fucking head office and started freaking out about the grading shit. And they graded it. They said, all right, it's graded, right? We graded it. And he told people this. He said, this is fucking unbelievable. He goes, I had to fucking go there and fucking bitch. And so this guy was freaking out. And that's why the other guy knew this. When he said, I got word that some people were fucking getting bets graded with help of DraftKings staff. DraftKings staff said nobody fucking helped anybody. It was arbitrary on a computer grading system. Yet this guy admitted that he said, I went to their office to fucking complain and say, what the hell's going on here with this contest? And they graded it on the spot for me. But he says his experience was ruined and he missed and he wants $300,000. And so now another guy found out basically that what the fuck, you know what I mean? So now the lawsuits are going to file in. Like, there's a new one that basically said the whole contest was fucking malign, basically. From grading systems to some people getting graded, other people didn't. Now, this is another point of contention. I guess another guy bet on Sonny Michel rushing yards over, which went over. He got paid in game. So one guy had to wait an hour and a half after. The thing is, guys, you only have 48 hours in this fucking room. You know what I mean? You don't have time to fuck around. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get you got to be rolling shit over all the time. So waiting an hour and a half is not good. So he had to wait an hour and a half, and it turned out the Sonny Michel prop, since Sonny Michel broke he went over the number in the second quarter. Sonny Michel's prop was 61 yards. He popped a 40-yarder in the second quarter to bump him over the number. So Buddy got graded for the play. Lesson to people next year, play the over props, because if it goes over, you'll get paid right away. And if it goes under, you're going to have to wait till after the game. Something that you have to think about. Now, originally, I was of the belief that, listen, tough shit. Read the fine print. Your bet didn't get graded on time. It's not a privilege. It's like whatever, man. And we all know we've all been there. Sometimes bets get graded faster. Sometimes they don't. So that's an issue. Like nobody told you to put your whole bankroll on the 1 o'clock game, dude. Then it rolled over into the next game, okay? But I can almost defend DraftKings from what the original story was. But now there's just too many different little fuck-ups, which, as I stated, I don't think DraftKings didn't manipulate the contest. They gave someone $1 million. Somebody won. They don't care who wins, right? Somebody won. For the record, the guy that won is a poker fucking dealer. He's a poker dealer and a blackjack fucking dealer at a casino. So the problem is the problem is now, listen, if it was just the original, listen, there was a 4-minute gap in between games. One guy got graded, the other guy didn't. Listen, it sucks. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But now the stories are really coming out. No. Buddy got screwed over on Saturday afternoon for $1,500 fucking bet that would have paid big, and he didn't get paid. And it took hours to grade, and he's the one that went to the headquarters. He got so mad, he fucking stormed out, and he went to because they said, oh, it's a problem with the system down the street. So he said, well, I'm going there, and he fucking went. And evidently, I don't know how he got in and shit, but they let him in, and he even said after, he goes, they were very nice, the tech guys. They graded my bet on the spot. So once other people heard, what the fuck, you got your bet graded because you went there, then all bets are off almost, right? Like the lawyer, you read the lawyer's quotes here, and he's got very good points. He basically states, listen, he said the same thing. DraftKings not malicious, but nevertheless, my client feels as though his $10,000 was sort of like not fairly competed with. That's the thing. And that's the beef. And that was the original beef before that even I had with the first Rufus Peabody guy. But there's other people that didn't win anything. They're even more pissed. That Peabody guy still walked away with $350,000, right? So he's mad, but he still won $350K. So you have other people that bet $10K to get in the house, and they got screwed, right? They weren't getting graded on time. Some guys got paid. One guy went and bitched and got graded, and you know what I mean? It seems like there's a lot of people have different little horror stories here. You know, like somebody tweeted too. Matthew Holt tweeted, from MGM. He said it's too bad because it's going to, stuff like this will scare off other companies from doing fun contests like this. But and of course, we get to 220, as I stated. Fuck me, it was 224. Well, good pace for the Lakers over. The total is very high, but the Lakers are getting pumped early. They're down by 12, whatever. We're getting, what are we getting, 10? So here it is. A class action lawsuit has been filed in New Jersey that alleges sports betting provider DraftKings operated with negligence in an arbitrary manner, which is true and true. They were negligent. And the fact that some people, the fact that one guy somehow got into their fucking headquarters and openly admits, I'll read you his quote. He goes, "Oh, they were nice. They graded it instantly." All right. So class action suit operated with negligence and arbitrary manner while running a $2.5 million handicapping contest that ended in controversy. Christopher Leong, a participant in the DraftKings Sports Betting National Championship, claims in a complaint that bets of similar size and in similar events were arbitrarily accepted and rejected. So, yeah, they're also saying that, you know, some props were rejected, some were accepted, even the bets. He said it was arbitrarily accepted and rejected by contest operators, and the winning wagers were settled at varying times, which caused a significant issue. The contest was first for a kind. All right, blah, 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 blah. More than 200 contestants entered the $10,000 buy-in that was set up in Jersey City. Jersey City, Hoboken, or kind of whatever. It's Jersey City / Hoboken. It's weird. There's Jersey City, but technically it's weird. Jersey City is like one side of the street, and Hoboken's the other side of the street, like in the Hoboken area. It's a weird little whatever. But anyways. All right, so contestant Rufus Peabody, all right, he tells his story. Peabody hasn't sued yet. Peabody says here that he's keeping his options open, that he wants or he's seeing what's going to happen. All right, so long story short, so contestant Rufus Peabody moved into first place Sunday with a successful bet on the Patriots to cover the spread against the Chargers. However, Peabody's funds were not credited to his account until after the game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Saints had kicked off, preventing him from placing a bet on the final game of the contest. There were only a 4-minute difference between the end of the Chargers-Patriots game and the kickoff of the Eagles-Saints. Some participants did have their bets graded and were able to bet on the Eagles-Saints. So that's right then and there, you got a problem. Like, it's not right. It's a contest. Everybody should be playing under the same rules, man. Like, right then and there, it's almost like DraftKings like, oh, fuck, man, we're going to have to reimburse people. You know what I mean? Honestly, DraftKings should have, but DraftKings aren't like this. Trust me, I know what they're like behind the scenes. So, DraftKings fucking should have said to people on the spot, on the speaker, basically, listen, you know, we had good intentions. There's a couple of cracks here. You get, you know, anyone, you know, you get free admission next year. Next contest, free roll, right? And you could have avoided a lot, you know, I'm sure they didn't want to do that, but you would have avoided a lot of fucking, you know, you would have been better off biting the bullet and giving a free roll of 50 guys than what you're about to face now with these lawsuits. So some participants did have their bets graded, some didn't. So we knew all this. DraftKings sent email to contestants reminding them that no more bets would be accepted after kickoff of the second game. Peabody, who ended up finishing in third place, told ESPN that he was not part of the class action lawsuit at this time, but has spoken to legal representation and was still considering his options. Peabody's name was not directly in Leong's class action suit. Leong said in a phone interview that he also experienced issues with one of his wagers not grading in a timely manner, preventing him from access to his full bankroll for over an hour and a half on Saturday. According to contest data published on the DraftKings website, Leong placed a $1,500 bet on Indianapolis Colts running back Marlon Mack to score less than 18.5 fantasy points against the Kansas City Chiefs. The game ended at 7:44 Eastern time. With Mack scoring less than 18.5 fantasy points, Leong's wager was not settled until 9:22. So the game ended at 7:44, and he didn't get in 9:22. After in which he went to the contest headquarters in Jersey City and asked for assistance at the help desk. The wager was then graded within a matter of minutes. Roughly an hour after Leong's bet on Mac was settled, DraftKings sent an email to participants stating that bets on fantasy props take longer to settle than other wagers. Fantasy prop bets on the Eagles-Saints game were graded less than 20 minutes after the game was complete, though. So he just got screwed. Like the whole thing, like, so basically they were like, oh shit, we fucked up on the prop. So they fixed it after, but he got screwed on it. DraftKings will not comment on pending litigation, but a spokesman told ESPN that absolutely no one from DraftKings or no competitors had their bets graded out or paid out on site with the help of DraftKings members. Yet he just says that he went to the fucking center and did it. And ESPN is saying here there's data. Everything's monitored. Like, second place finisher Daniel Steinberg said he had his wager on the over-under 61.5 rushing yards by Sonny Michel graded midway through the second quarter of the game. Traditionally, sportsbooks do not settle bets until completion of the game. Steinberg told ESPN that he didn't contact anyone at DraftKings and didn't ask about it. It was just he noticed that he was graded. This is where, you don't want here. The New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement said on Monday that it is now looking into the issue but did not respond to a request by ESPN. Leong is represented by attorney Morris Vern Standing, who is seeking a return of the $10,000 entry fee, treble damages under the New Jersey Consumer Protection Statute, attorney fees, and punitive damage potentially in a range of $334,000. It's truly disappointing to learn that so many people lost their time and money on a contest that was seemingly operated in an arbitrary and capricious manner, says Verstandig. We expect more from our licensed gaming establishments, and frankly, we expect better from DraftKings and resort casinos. So we look forward to pursuing our case in the court of law, and it is our hope to help bring justice to the players who have been wronged. Randy Lee, a New Jersey poker dealer, won the contest, capturing the $1 million first prize. Of course, a poker dealer. Yeah, no, the thing is, listen, if I'm DraftKings and as a gambler, I'll tell you right now, there's almost an excuse for everything. So why did he have to wait an hour and a half or two for Marlon Mack to get graded and Buddy hit Sonny Michel? Because Sonny Michel was an overbet. The overbet went over in the game. Bet365 pays you for that shit. Like if I have a long field goal prop and it hits like in the first quarter, I'll usually get paid like 20 minutes later or something in the game. Right? Yet if you have an under, you need to wait till after the game because it's not under until the game's over. There's the excuse right there, right? That's just a fact. You can't, how are you going to grade? How are you going to grade an under? But the problem is you're in a contest. So right then and there, people aren't on the equal playing level. Nobody told you this before. You can send an email out after. Nobody told you this before. Buddy shouldn't have had to. And another thing is too, I like how DraftKings as well. This is where DraftKings really is at fault. I like how DraftKings is acting like these are just normal bets. People, motherfucker, paid $10,000 to get in here. You guys should have had isolated fucking machines that was outside the DraftKings system. That's what I thought. I assume you would have had a couple of kiosks set up and not this, oh, you're on your own, bet on your phone and get graded arbitrarily. I would totally be part of this lawsuit. It's garbage. You know what I mean? You pay $10,000 and they bigged it up. $10,000, the W Hotel in Jersey City, Hoboken, like high roll shit. You're all going to be in the same room watching the games. And, no, it wasn't like that. Like there was no reason to even be there. It was basically you placed the bet and then you waited and you sat there and you're like, all right, I got my money, so I'm going to bet on this game now. That's garbage. And you're telling me, imagine sitting there. Some guys were in the room. Some guys split and went to sports bars. I saw them tweeting pictures and shit. You know what I mean? So imagine sitting there in a $10,000 contest. And you're playing for $1 million. And I'd be raging. I'd be like, I'm still not graded here, motherfuckers. and I see another guy got graded, I'd be like, this is garbage. I'm suing. Like I said earlier in the week, I would sue. I'd be part of this lawsuit. So exactly, that's the thing. If the rules state that the props aren't graded until the game is over, Buddy that fucking got his Sonny Michel prop graded had a competitive advantage going in. That's the thing. That's the main problem here. Too many people. Like the lawyer, this is a good lawyer. Like his wording was perfect. And what she said, they were negligent and capricious. Yeah, he's exactly right. This is the exact quote from the attorney. I think, bam, it's almost like if you're on the jury, you're like, all right, that's it. That's all we need to hear. He goes, truly disappointing to learn so many people lost their time and money on a contest that was seemingly operated in an arbitrary and capricious manner. We expect more from our licensed gaming establishments. And frankly, we expect better from DraftKings and the resorts. I think it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, man, DraftKings should have known this was going to come. And DraftKings should have said, all right, dudes, like management should have said at the time, we got a problem and we need to settle this now because people are going to start suing us. Like they learned nothing from FanDuel trying to offer that guy $500 in Giants tickets. Remember the guy that won $89,000 and they said, listen, we'll give you Giants tickets and $500. And he was like, no, you know what? I think I'll just go to the news and get an attorney. And of course, he went to the news right away. It became fucking a news story. The Nevada Gaming Commission was getting involved, and then DraftKings like, here's your money, Frank. Yeah, crowns. Here's a DraftKings. Buy some DraftKings merch. Oh, yeah, yeah. You know, too. You're right. You're right, Jazz. You know, Buddy's like banned. You can't be betting there now. Like this guy that's suing. He's going to win. He's not. I don't think he's going to get. I don't think he'll get $334K. I think DraftKings will settle out of court. I imagine DraftKings wants this to go away, right? What's up, Brett B? I imagine DraftKings wants this to go away. So one thing with DraftKings is, like I said, they're pretty stubborn. You know, they were looking before. Like honestly, like remember when DraftKings got shut down and everything before for the DFS stuff and the commercials on TV and blah blah. They basically refused to bribe politicians. That's all they had to do. You know what I mean? It's all they had to do. They just had to donate to everyone in Congress, and they wouldn't have been picked on. And basically what happened, they got picked on, and Jerry Jones, who owns like 8% of DraftKings, Jerry Jones told them, like, you stupid idiots, like, you just need to fucking pay everybody. And what happened? DraftKings paid everybody, and they're off and running now. Yeah, so as I stated, to me, if I'm on the jury or I was a player, like I stated, it's not sour grapes. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I don't think everybody in the you could argue that everybody in the contest should be refunded. But if I'm on the jury, I'm going to say, listen, that guy was in last place. All right. He wasn't affected by anything that happened. You know, he wasn't affected by anything that happened. But at the same point in time, if you were in a contest, it doesn't matter what your result was. Like, honestly, this is where the law comes into play in my mind, too, where it's irrelevant. I might have been in last place, but I still paid to be involved in a tainted contest. I still should get my money back, too. So even if if you tanked it, I can see why you'd be like jumping in on this class action and saying it was bullshit. You know what I mean? I was screwed anyways. Like, exactly. Like, because you got to keep your money that you were betting. So even if you didn't win in the contest or anything, you were still fucked with, maybe. You know what I mean? With the grading system where other people were graded. Like, you weren't given, the bottom line is, if you were in last place, it doesn't matter if the first place guy's on steroids, you were still cheating. You know what I mean? Like, so even if you came in last place out of 200 people, you were part of a tainted contest. You could say, I was screwed from the beginning. It was tainted. And you know what? I wouldn't say, oh, yeah, you deserve $334,000, but you know what a good example is, guys? A good analogy is, remember we talked about the story about the McDonald's being rigged, the McDonald's Monopoly game. And it was rigged for like 12 years running. And the guy that rigged it basically thought that he had something on McDonald's if they ever caught on. And that something was that people in Canada were not to win the grand prize. That McDonald's actually told him, listen, we can't have the grand prize win in Canada. He said, give them a bunch of cars and like the smaller shit, but don't give them the grand prize. So it turned out to be true. And Canadians found out about it and they sued McDonald's because they were playing a game that they had no chance of winning. McDonald's lost the lawsuit. So it's the same type of thing. You're playing a contest that you can't win, right? So that's the thing, Nick Parker Giorgio, that now I'm seeing it from the whole angle. I'm just being like, I'm trying to think of it from DraftKings' point of view, but in reality, you got screwed if you were in the contest, basically. Like, you're right. You could say, listen, I paid $10,000 to enter a contest. There was 72 hours of gambling. I expected, and like the lawyer said, I would say the same thing. I would expect that for $10,000 entry fee and a company as prestigious and as big as DraftKings and a W Hotel Resorts would have run a more professional event with not so many leaks and not so many problems that was, quite frankly, causing a competitive imbalance. That's what I would use. That would be my word if I was the attorney. There was a competitive imbalance. And it's true. It's sort of like, you know what I mean? Like, one team played only bad teams. The other team had to do, it's like, it's not fair what's going on here. Like, there's too many stories where it's not fair. Peabody didn't get paid. This guy didn't get his props. One guy fucking goes and gets fucking bitches at them and gets his bets graded. Like, come on. I mean, you're all over the place here. And I'm sure we're going to find out more stories because I'm sure some people are thinking, wow, I'll just keep my story for the lawyer. I won't go to ESPN and tell them. Yeah, for the record, even my thing's been a little choppy tonight. Like you said, I think it's a Chrome issue. They're probably rebooting the spy fucking link or something. Fuck. I forgot I put this water in the freezer earlier. Yeah, like I said, DraftKings would have been better just paying people off at the time. They should have said, hey, guys, listen, great contest, great times. We screwed up. Everyone gets a free roll here. Look, we told you the story about the fantasy DraftKings thing too. That wasn't their fault though. That was the NBA, but basically it was too late. It was already graded. Right? Like where Buddy lost by 0.4 points. So he lost $1 million by 0.4 points. And by a Russell Westbrook rebound. So Russell Westbrook got a rebound late in the game, and he lost by 0.4 points. Except the thing is, the next day, the NBA took away the rebound. The next day, the NBA said that the Oklahoma City Thunder scorekeeper is too gratuitous. And it really wasn't a rebound. Because they only gave him a rebound because it was a triple-double. And the thing is, you get like a bonus 3 points for the triple-double. So you got the points for the rebound, 1.5, plus the triple-double, 4.5. And Buddy lost $1 million because of that. And then the next day, the NBA announces that, no, there was no triple-double. There was no triple-double. We rescinded one of the rebounds. It wasn't a real rebound. What are you going to do? You can't do anything about it. So next time you think, oh, you had a bad beat. Next time you think, oh, you had a bad beat. There's always a worse beat story out there. There's always going to be a worse bad beat story. Well, the Lakers have stormed back to take a lead. The Oklahoma City Thunder have been outscored 22-5. This is what I'm saying. They really are the Carolina Panthers. Like, I can't think of a more adept analogy than the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Carolina. Like, the Carolina, this is what the Panthers do. Like, the Panthers, like, look great. Like, look, Oklahoma City put up 39 points in the first quarter. Westbrook and George are doing their thing. There's Westbrook for 3. They're doing their thing. You know, next quarter, no, you score 5 points. Like, that's what, like, the Carolina Panthers do. You know what I mean? You play great for 3 quarters of football, and in the fourth quarter, like, you know, you just, you know, you throw it 4 times in a row from the 2-yard line. Well, we're 0-2 on the night right now, and we're on the Lakers in the over here, so hopefully we go 2-2. But like I told the story on the radio show today, this is the same $250 I've been battling with since the day that Oklahoma and Alabama played. Right before that, I had $250 in the account. I built it up to like $750, and I pulled $500. And then I got to Vancouver, and I had the $250 in the account, and I lost it. I lost it on the Friday night at the bar there with Frankenball on the bowl games and shit. Remember a horrible beat? Oh, that was it. It was terrible. I needed a 2-point convert for the side and the total. It came down to 1 play for both bets, and they didn't get it. So that shattered my account. But I put in $250. I won $500. So the next day, I had no choice. It was the John Jones was fighting, and it was the Alabama and Oklahoma and Notre Dame and everything. So that day I got another $250. Had a horrible day. By the end of the day, like I had like $34 fucking dollars or something. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And I remember we were at the bar watching the UFC, and I took John Jones, fight not to go the distance, and like 3 or 4 NFL games in a parlay. Fuck. $34 to pay like 104 or something. So I can hit it. Bam. And I actually kept it alive. I got down to 34, and I got it back up. And then I won on the NFL that next day. I built it back up, and it's been going back and forth. I got it up to 575 before the Colt game last week. And I was like, ooh, this is pretty good. Fuck, I'm going to hit him for another 500 or whatever. But we know what happened last week. So the account went down, it went up. last night it hit its new low. $25 left. Bad night last night, you know. We were like 0-5, as you guys saw. We closed strong, though, at the end. We hit it at another book, actually, after, in Bookmaker, but we closed strong last night. I told you the Warrior game to go over the number. It went over the number. I jumped in on the in-game over, so we hit that, and the Utah Jazz killed the Clippers. So we went 3-0 to close the night last night. That was good. But so last night it was down to our final 25. We took the over in a Pelican game. We took the over in a Pelican game last night. That hit. And then we were feeling a little risky today. We put it in on the New York Knicks. I've been watching basketball like for years, man. I've never, since 78, I've been watching the NBA. We were talking about the other day when the Supersonics and the Bullets played. It was 78. Might have been 79. So yeah, so normally I do the show in the bedroom, the radio show. Quite frankly, because I can blaze and like it's easier to blaze out the window. In the living room, sometimes it'll smell a bit. And you know, I mean, the room's sort of isolated over there. So, and also whatever, there's less echo. It's just sort of whatever. It's like, you know, it has sort of a radio booth feel in there, but the thing is, it gets dark in there. I don't have a light. I have a light in the bathroom, but it gets dark in there. And it's kind of small and shit. So today, I've done the show out here a few times, but today, since the Knicks were playing at 3 in the afternoon, I set up shop out here today, and it was much more pleasurable. It wasn't as claustrophobic. I was doing the show and pacing around. Like the cable is long on the headset, so I was just walking around and shit. Just watching a game. Yeah, the thing is, though, before Drew, I didn't have. Now I have the mouthpiece headset, so it doesn't matter what's around me. Like when I first got here, I had the white microphone, and it sounded hollow. It sounded like echoey, sort of like now. Stute says Oklahoma, Minnesota, and Houston. No, there's other gutless teams. Minnesota are the most gutless team. Phoenix are pretty gutless. Even though they hung around tonight with the Raptors, Phoenix don't really care that much. They're pretty bad. I don't want to call Oklahoma City gutless, Stooch. I don't know if that's the best description for them. Like I said, like are the Carolina Panthers gutless? No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, my neighbors are pretty cool. I never see them, to be honest. Tonight I saw some dude for the first time. He came out like from the door next door. It was like some sort of jogger looking guy. He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" No problem. No, I got no problems in the condo here with the. No, that's not true. I was just looking at. I was looking at a couch today, actually. I was waiting for a few other reasons, though, Jazz, as well. I'm in a volatile industry. You know, Chris Edge, Cam Newton responded today and said that it's not true for whatever it's worth. I didn't click the story. I saw a link there. Cam Newton denies ESPN report about his health type shit. Listen, I think he's I'm going to go to Bob's. Cam Newton was really hurt. They shouldn't have played him. That's the thing. They shouldn't have played him. This is on the Carolina Panthers. You have your big asset. You got him fucking killed, and he's probably going to be out for half the year now or something. Well, Denver's smoking Chicago. They're up by 30. So there's a gutless team, Stooge. All right, look, they put up 130 points in the first half of this Laker game. Holy crap. I'm hoping for Cam's sake the Toronto Maple Leafs won, did they? Holy fuck. I'm having fucking choppy tonight. Like you said, Chrome sloppy. Choppy and sloppy. And the Leafs win 4-2. I did not tail it, but good for Cam. Cam said he put 4 times his unit. Like, he didn't go that big, you know what I mean? But he went bigger. No, good for him. I'm glad he won. He'll be in a better mood tomorrow. So my guess is he probably had like 200 on it, maybe 300. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought of, Drew. I was like, all right, good. Fact, like he won't be all bitchy and shit tomorrow. See, it's interesting. Barkley talking. I was interested in his take on Oklahoma City. Yeah, he got burnt on the Blackhawks. That's the thing. He bets too many games, right? Yeah, Charles Barkley just fucking said something in the Me Too movement. It's not too good. He just said the Oklahoma City Thunder are like the pretty girl that's dumb. But he had a good take before he just said something stupid on the way out. Ernie Johnson a class act. Ernie didn't even know what to do. Ernie just like moved on. No one laughed either. You could tell Barkley like he was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said that." But Barkley had a good point. I was like, "Yeah, what's his take on Oklahoma City?" And I heard him say, he said, Oklahoma City are a good team. They're going to win fucking a lot of games this year. But he raised a very good point. He said they don't have a killer instinct. He said, you're up on the Lakers and you don't, what I mean? They just don't have that. That's one thing they miss. Carolina Panthers, killer instinct. It's like Carolina Panthers, like during their losing streak, average like 436 yards a game. It's like finish teams off, guys. Like, yeah, today's game time decisions is pretty much a classic example of why it's better not to take phone calls on the radio nowadays. Guy calls in, he's a fucking wasted. And listen, he's a big fan. He listens all day and shit. The guy's hammered all the time. He goes, I got 9 things. Nine things I wrote down here I want to talk about. I was like, dude, you can't talk about 9 things, right? I'm like, we got other people on hold. So we go to a couple other calls, and then the next call, it's him under a different name. And he got through another time like that before. I just, whatever. I don't know. I didn't really think about it, but I realized after, I'm like, fuck, same fucking guy. You know what I mean? And I was going to tell Yang, come on, Yang. And then so today, lo and behold, today I was like, yo, James. I was like, you got to come on, James. You got to get off the line here, buddy. Then you hear him, oh, fucking prick. Fuck, fucking, oh. Yeah. I'm gonna rein him in. Don't worry. We reined him in after by fucking cutting him off, but he called Liang after all wasted. Oh, I'm so sorry. I love you guys. And oh, I just love the show and wanted to talk. No. That was a 3-run shot. Like I said, it was a grand slam and a baseball scoring. I was like, Yang's like, that's a single. I'm like, that's not a single. I said, you just let a drunk guy back on the air. It's the same guy. It's like the word. That's a grand slam. And I said, all right, grand slam's harsh. 3-run home run. Fuck. It's a 3-run home run. Like, Yang's a really nice guy. He does some weird things, man. Like last week, that James guy called, and it's like they don't do this. Like Engel's done this before too, where they don't hang up on the caller. So we go to a commercial break, and fucking Buddy's still there. Like we can hear him, and I'm fucking sending Yang a message. Fuck, I'm like, yo, hang the fucking phone up, and I'm yelling into the mic, yo. I don't know what the fuck he does in there, man. I'm like, yo, hang the fucking phone up. I think he goes outside and has a smoke or something. So we came back. He was still fucking there. I didn't have a choice on here. I'm like, yeah, you got to hang the fucking phone up, man. But that's how you know shit's like building, though. When you start getting the real psychos out there. All right, give me a minute to blaze this. Yeah, it was entertaining, at least. Started with drunk Brad. Fuck. Hainzer was fucking lit up the other night when he called. He was drunk. But yeah, it's almost like new Ricksters and new psychos, right? That's when you know it's like, all right, exactly. It's like, all right, we got nut jobs in Iowa getting shit faced calling us. We got fucking dudes wasted in fucking Amarillo, Texas. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like, there's a little army of like, there's like, there's an army of waste. I know. He's like, oh, fucking prick Yang. Fuck off. Fuck. I'm like, hey, Jason. Hey. I'm like, get him off. Fucking Corey keeps saying the word tits on the radio every day. If it makes you, yeah, Brad's good because he's in for 30 seconds. He doesn't really want to say anything. Hey, hey, you having fun drinking, Brad? Hey, he's funny, Brad. when I said to him, I said, Brad, where were you on Monday after the Cowboy? He lost. He called in like 2 days. Called in on the Tuesday after the Cowboy game. I give him credit for calling in. I said, where were you? What he said. He goes, I was sleeping. He goes, I was asleep for like 2 days, man. That guy's going hardcore out there in El Paso. Fuck. I like what he said. I remember, if you guys remember, I asked him, I said, what do you do for a living? I said, if you don't mind me asking, Brad. They said, what do you do? I said, I hope you're not an air traffic controller. And he starts laughing. He goes, what do I do? He goes, I go to the casino, man. He goes, I play poker. I said, oh, you go to the casino for a living? He goes, yeah. I like Brad. The morning after is good, and game time decisions been really good recently too. Some game time decisions is fucking funny because I can talk about whatever I want really. Right? Oh shit! The second half started. I think they'll. Yeah, it looks like Clam Chowder's retirement somewhat on hold. He's back on Twitter and he's tweeting shit like quite often again. He got his mojo back. Fuck, I wanted to get in on the second half over of this game. Small play. Do it in game. Bookmaker. Depending on the number, if I like it. Oklahoma City's up 68-67. Gotta be careful here, though, in Oklahoma City. Like, I like the second half over in this game, but the problem is Oklahoma City's got a little zip to start the half here. But one thing between the Lakers and Oklahoma City Thunder, we already saw it in the second quarter. One of these teams is capable of not doing anything for an entire quarter. A lot of college, but I don't really like the college tonight. So look, the in-game number now is 8.5. So they still think Oklahoma City are going to pull away here. We're only getting 10, so it's a little dangerous. All right, so they've got it at 239. 68 to 235. Yeah, I'm going to go over the 239. And of course, every time I bet at Bookmaker, it fucking freezes. So annoying. Here we go. All right, we're in. I got over 239.5 at this book, and I got the Lakers, and I got the in-game over, or I got the over, whatever it was in the game. What was it? What was the total in this game? 228? But speaking of game time decisions, it's going to be on, like, it's going to change soon. Not change for the worse, but it's going to change soon. Like any week now type thing. Like it's on. Like it's going to be on YouTube every day. So there'll be a chat and it's going to be on YouTube and stuff. And it's going to be on TV in the United States on like fucking, I don't know. I have the list of networks we're on, actually. I can read it to you. It's pretty funny. Like the cities we're on, even in the radio and shit. The biggest cities we're on in the radio, like we're on 106 different markets. It's no. GTD's not in talks for syndication, Jazz, no. But it's going to TV. So basically, like I said, I think it might even be like Super Bowl week type thing. Like it's coming up, like around the corner. That it goes to TV, and it's looking more and more like we're going to do it out of the FanDuel Sportsbook. You know, that's the next step, right? FanDuel's fucking got that book on. They're powerful. We have good synergy between the Fantasy Sports Network and FanDuel. And in fact, Cardano just sent me a fucking thing. He's like, oh, yeah, by the way, you're going to see your face up. Fuck. He's like, I just figured I'd let you know. I'm like, what? It's about FanDuel and Fantasy have some promotion running, and my face is on the promo, fuck, for some reason. Hey, if it was my move, I would have put Maria Marino's face on the thing. But whatever. So I'm in with FanDuel. Like FanDuel like me and shit. So I do their NFL videos and their betting videos. I don't get paid directly through them, but now it's the next step. So it's looking more and more. Like I said, Cardano went on Monday for a meeting with FanDuel, and it's almost like a coaching meeting. I guess it went well, and then boom, he was back there the next day. So like there's ongoing talks here. They're a big business, FanDuel, right? It's a big operation, guys. You know, they're pulling in a lot of money over there. So you know, it's very bureaucratic and there's a lot of red tape and different things to go through. No, Cam is not going to move to New York. I appreciate that, Evermaster. You're the man. So yeah, this is the deal with Game Time Decisions is it's looking like we're going to do it at FanDuel. I think the big thing is now really, where are we going to do it at FanDuel? That's sort of like the sticking point. It's not worth it for us to do it there if they're going to bury us upstairs. Now, they even bury Barstool. Barstool does their shit out of there, right? And Barstool does it on the 3rd floor where that bar is, on the 3rd floor. So they can see the games like on the big screen from like the balcony. They're around that balcony area, but they're kind of buried, like unless you know they're there. So since like we're going to be on TV and shit, basically we want to do it where the horse racing show is. They already have a stage and lighting and everything set up there. But basically, that's sort of like the horse area. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you know, hell, we'll talk some ponies. Fuck, we'll throw some horse talk in here. Me and Cam can talk horses, no problem. So, you know, we'll throw a couple of horse fucking picks in the show and everyone's happy. But the thing is, it's like it's a coordination shit. So it's like basically, yeah, you could do there, but you guys don't have first priority. So in other words, like when the horse guys need it, you're going to get bumped. So I think they're going through shit like that now. But I know that it's accelerated, and basically, I spoke to Cardano 2 days ago about it. And I said, when's it? When? And he goes, fucking like now, basically. He said, like, we'll know any day. And the alternative is too, if we don't do it at DraftKings, we're going to do it here. But I'll set up instead of just like this. Like we're actually going to set up shop and shit for real. We're going to do like I used to do. So basically camera, no more webcam. So we'll have the camera. I already have the camera. So we'll have the camera. We'll have some depth. And I'm going to set up like behind here. So you really get the city shot. Now it's not convenient for me to sit there. But, well, you know, for TV, whatever, I don't care. I'll do it. So you'll get the nice New York shot right behind me. And we'll have a table set up there. It'll be the other way, so I'll be facing, whatever. And like you'll see, it'll be a good shot. So it'll be like, and it'll be light out too, right? So, like I said, ESPN's fucking studios like this. Fuck, we're gonna have the ESPN look for like whatever. So it'll sort of be like set up, sort of like that. It'll be a closer angle. We're gonna get a mic and shit. So instead of just talking to the computer, we'll have a fucking, we're gonna buy a more, $200 fucking clip-on type mic. Yeah, exactly. What's up, guys? What's up, Pick Machine? What's up, Sinbad? Thanks for the kind words, bro. Evermaster, good to see you. So, yeah, so it'll sort of be set up right there, and it'll be closer, and it won't be with the computer, so we won't have the glares and all that shit. And also, we're even going to get lights. Like, we're going to buy, like, we're going to the store, Jazz. Drew. Yeah, they're going to pay for everything, Jazz. That's what I was going to say. We're going to that, what's the place called? B&H Audio or whatever the hell it is right down the street. Like I said, I was talking to Cardano. They're going to buy me the table too, even. Cardano even said, he goes, yeah. He goes, next week, he goes, we're going to know, like, if it's not FanDuel, he's like, we'll get you a table. We're going to get a mic. We're going to get a camera. We're going to get fucking lights. And I was like, all right, good, good. B&H, yeah, we're gonna go down to B&H. Mike told me the place is unbelievable, B&H. He goes, the place is massive. He goes, dude, the fucking place is crazy in there. He goes, they have everything. And yeah, Cam's gonna same thing. And also, yeah, like B&H is where like, you know, like fucking the Stephen Colbert show get their soundstage gear and shit. Like it's the big leagues, that store. Fuck. Like they do all the pro audio equipment, fuck, for, you know, big time shit, TV studios, and they have everything. You know what I mean? You know, whatever you need, they got it, type thing, for like broadcasting and stuff. So yeah, Cardano was funny for Cam. Exactly. He goes, we're gonna get Cam a fucking he goes, we're gonna get Cam a mic. So there's no headset, no good. Like we're gonna have to get Cam like a clip on. So we're gonna get Cam a clip on mic. They're like $200. Fuck. They're like $145 or whatever. Yeah. So you get Cam a clip that's wireless even. That's what I used to use in my con. Remember I used to do the show on the balcony in Toronto or on the roof with the skyline behind me. It was cool on MAP TV. And I had a wireless mic. Sort of like they sell them in music stores even. Like it's not that sophisticated. Like it's like guitar packs. You can be wireless, you know what I mean? There's basically, it's like a remote control. There's basically like a box. You just set the box up and you have a pack and you have the mic and it's just battery run. So we'll get Cam. The only thing is we're going to need someone to do it with Cam, like in Toronto. Like we're going to have to, like Cam, once if you show Cam how to turn things on and stuff, he's pretty good. But he gets really, like, you can't ask him to set shit up. You know what I mean? And say, oh yeah, just get the camera and plug this in or what, you know what I mean? Like it took him 4 months to learn how to do Skype. Like Cam closes a page on his computer and he thinks like, oh, it's broken. Like he's not like very computer savvy. So, but once everything's set up, he's good. Like game time decisions, like I said, like basically they took a picture of everything and they told him, look, here are the levels, just turn it on essentially. And even then he fucks it up, to be honest. During the breaks, I'm always telling him, dude, fuck, you got to turn the fucking headset down. I'm getting this like vicious echo back, and it's Cam. Like that's like we realize it's him. And he's like, oh, okay, let me just do this. And then suddenly it's better, but then the next day it'll be back again and shit. It's frustrating. Yeah, exactly. I guess we're gonna have to count on Hainzer, fuck, which is a dangerous prospect. As long as they have a weekend to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give me an hour or something, I'll get it figured out. But like these two, like they're gonna need a weekend. Good point. We'll get Hainzer's a good call. We'll get Hainzer to go out there on a weekend. They can set up the camera and everything. A long weekend. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we'll tell Hainzer, listen, you got to go out there Saturday afternoon because yeah, it could take all weekend. You're right. Because you could just see it. Fuck these two plugging something in, having 6 beers, plugging something else in, 12 beers. Oh, this doesn't work. Oh, fuck. We don't have the cable. I know, Rich. They're just going to get drunk. Fuck. It's a very good point. They're just going to get drunk. We tried to get Camera 2 Drew to go out there, but he refused to. This was like last 2 months ago. I spoke to Cam. I was like, dude, you got to go out there and help him, man. And Cam was willing to pay him. And it was no go. He didn't want to go all the way up to me. He's like, the fucking traffic, it'll take me 4 hours. He's like, I'm not doing that. No, but yeah, so it's funny. Cardano told me too. He's like, and fucking tell Cam that he can't do a TV show in front of a white wall. And it was funny because I said to him, I said, yeah, I said, I said, why don't you just send him one of those fucking Daily Roto things or the backdrop? You know what I mean? The fantasy thing. You can just stick it behind whatever. And he goes, no. He goes, we don't need, he goes, he doesn't need to do that. It was Cardano's funny guy, like off the air. Cardano he goes, I don't give a shit what he does. He goes, tell him to put a bunch of Toronto Maple Leaf fucking jerseys on his wall. He goes, I don't care what he puts on his wall. He goes, just put something on the wall. I told Cam that too, like last week. I said, Cam, like just go buy like a monster, like Leaf something or whatever. He's like, oh, I don't know what you mean. What should I get? I was like, anything. I was like, anything, dude. You know what I mean? I said, get it, like this is the shit that he needs help with, Like that's like I have the skyline, so I don't need anything. Boom. That's all you're gonna see is the city behind me. So for him, like, and it can't be where I have this wicked skyline shot, and then we go to him in fucking Mississauga with this white wall with bullet holes in it. I don't know. Listen, man, we got to think of something. What should Cam have behind him? Like, you know what a good example is, even? Like, look, Cam has the fucking Vince Lombardi trophy. Remember he busted it out last week? Like stuff like that. We tell him, listen, just put a rack on your wall, put the Vince Lombardi trophy up, fucking buy a replica of the Stanley. You're in Toronto. You know what I mean? Go to a sports store, buy a replica of the Stanley Cup, buy a fucking Leaf fucking clock. You know what I mean? Buy shit like that. Yeah, it's not like rocket science. Cam hates that stuff. Cam fucking hates. Cam Cam hated the Pat Mayo picture shit. Cam once ripped them off the wall. He's like, we were doing the show and like, remember they always used to fall. I don't know if you guys know this, but they used to always fall. But like this cardboard would fall off the wall during our show all the time. It would hit Cam, and we just roll with it, right? It was funny. But once Cam fucking like ripped it off the wall before the show, and he's like, it looks like a fucking kindergarten class in here. He goes, I fucking hate these pictures. He's like taking them off. Like the first day Pat was gone, it was like the first thing everyone did was like fucking rip it down, get rid of it. That would be gold if the fucking rack fell live. No, I do. I have the Jordan backdrop. I saved it actually. It's in the storage locker in Toronto. I didn't have the heart to throw it out. The Lapine ones are very good though. They are. That's not like Mayo just had stupid pictures of the Bachelor up and shit. You know what? It's not a bad idea, Drew. We should almost commission Lapine to do it. Tell him make like the ultimate show Photoshop fuck. Game time decisions. You know what I mean? You know, it'd be good if you put our head on like fucking Pesci and De Niro in Casino or something. Have us in suits and like a big fucking cool looking poster. Like we could get him to do it. We could just tell Cam, just take it to the shop, boom, blow it up, put it up behind you. Or even basically exactly get a bunch of them. You know what I mean? So we can alternate. Have a football one, a hockey one, you know, because the hockey ones are gold. Cam's head on some of these things are funny, like. I don't have Netflix, Mohammed. Yeah, exactly. Even like fathead shit. Exactly. You know what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, a golf course. It's a good idea. Get fucking a big picture of Pebble Beach behind him. So it looks like Cam's like on the ninth hole. You know what I mean? We really should have a Game Time Decisions logo, though, and sort of banner and everything. That'd be for the best. The Prez has a good backdrop on when he joins us. The Prez's backdrop is very good. What's good about the Prez's backdrops, too, is he uses different angles. He's not locked into one look. Like the Prez has got like this wall. The Prez has got a wall, and it's nothing but like signed hockey jerseys. But it's like all Team Canada stuff and Phil Esposito and Wayne Gretzky and fucking like he's got big league shit with the numbers. It looks good though. It's very clean and sharp. And you know, then the other day he turned the angle and then boom, he had football memorabilia wall and shit, you know? Oh, the Teddy Covers backdrop's awesome. The thing with the Teddy though is it's falling apart. It's got cracks and shit. And the best thing is no one ever notices. All right, it's like I don't even want to tell you because once you know, you'll look. But that's the thing. It's like the red dot on the sweater in Seinfeld, where where like once I was looking at the poster, fuck, all right. So I was looking at it, and like look at the pictures that are on it. Like it's funny. Like look, it's like we had Teddy on yesterday. We'll have him on in the morning. Actually, he's on tomorrow. He's on tomorrow morning. So Teddy will be on in the morning, and look at what's behind him, like the point spreads. No one ever really thinks to look, but it's like fucking Greg Maddux is pitching and shit. I think the Expos are on the sheet. You know what I mean? Like it's old, fuck. It's like from years ago. Like look at it, you're like, oh my god, it's all baseball too. It's like in the summertime, so it's mostly baseball fucking odds, and there's like pitchers that have been retired for so many years. It's like I said, like you look, it's like Expos, Mets minus 140. It's like I once asked him that. I said, Teddy, fuck. I said, and he goes, oh yeah. He goes, you noticed that? He goes, he started laughing. He thought it was funny. He goes, yeah. He goes, I really should get a new one printed up. I said, and he goes, it's kind of funny to me. And I was like, yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Like I said, look tomorrow, like who the pitchers are up and shit. Like it's old. Yeah, he's got Nolan Ryan started. Yeah, then sometimes Teddy's the worst too. Like sometimes he has it up and you can see his garage behind him and shit. It's like, dude, like just move the camera closer so you can't see the girl. Like before he comes on, I can hear Bones tell him that, hey, can you move in? Like we can kind of see your fucking like your washer and dryer there. It's a good backdrop. It's one of the better ones. He's got a funny one, his backdrop. Yeah, so Cam was on today on Skype. And he put his Islander jersey on, so it looked more colorful. Like that was another thing too. Like I think Cardano told him, like, dude, like since your wall is white, you got to wear like color. Like, so Cam had his Islander jersey, but Cam's got a big pumpkin head too, a big melon. So, like we were talking about, Cam's like less than stellar technology skills. So he's doing this by himself. So for him, he's stoked that he even got on Skype and got through and everything. But you see, he's holding the headset up. He doesn't have to do that. Like, it's just a weird, habit that he has. So he holds the fucking thing when he's talking. So it looks like it's falling. It's not falling off. It's a bad habit he has. Usually he's on the radio, so you can't see, right? When we did the radio show, I used to sit beside him at my condo there. He did it all the time. Like, he sits there like this. He holds it. It's like a thing he does. So he says, oh, it's going to fall off. It's not that. So I fucking tell him, hey, take your hand off the fucking headset because you fucking, it looks weird. You're just holding it all the time. So it's fucking hilarious today. He joined us, but his head was like barely over the table, fuck. Like the perception was like it was all wall and his head was like at the bottom of the screen. So like you couldn't even see his hockey jersey. I had to say, Cam, what's your jersey say? He got up, you could see the Islanders. It's like his head was like down here. But his head's so big, so like, you know what I mean? But it was fucking funny, man. Like, I was like, fuck, man. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, why didn't you guys fucking tell him to fucking like lower the fucking camera before? I don't know. My big posters that I had that are pretty big, you get them at the World of Posters on Queen Street in Toronto. But they don't have great stuff. They have the Jordan shit. They have a few cool things. They actually have a lot of hockey stuff. So actually, you know what? It might not be a bad pitch, actually. They do have like monster fucking sort of Leaf posters and fucking Crosby shit and whatever. He just needs a quick assistant. But no, it's serious though. Like Cardano is serious because, like he said, he's going to be on TV. Like he's got to raise up the production value. Like basically, his computer sucks. Like Cam is using like a really bad computer. It's like this little tiny old fucking. He bought it used and shit from a dude in a Tim Hortons, essentially off of Craigslist. It is an Apple, but it's it's not. The quality's bad. And Cam bristles at this shit. Like, they'll buy him a mic, they'll buy whatever, but, he needs to get a better computer. And every time I tell him that, he gets angry. And I tell him, I said, Ken, it's part of the trade. I said, this is the part of the deal where you're online, this is it. You got to fucking have, you know what I mean? You got to have workable equipment. I told him, I said, you think I'm happy? I've spent like fucking $700 keeping this fucking computer alive. Fuck. Yeah, I asked Cam where he bought it from. He goes, oh, on Craigslist. I met a guy in a Tim Hortons. I was thinking, this is great. I even told him, I said, just go to College Street and go to those fucking stores there. I know, Craigslist will. You always hear him talking. He's Scottish. In other words, he's cheap. Cam gets his haircut at like a $7 Asian place. He buys expired meat. Yeah, 50. He buys expired meat. So like when you tell him, yeah, dude, you got to go buy a bunch of fucking sports memorabilia and fucking computers, he doesn't take it well. And like I said, like he was so proud when he called me. I got a new computer. I was like, oh, you got a new computer. And when I turned out it wasn't a new computer. He bought it off a dude in a Tim Hortons fight. You know that place, Big Will. Yeah, like that's where he goes. I think it's $5 or $7 still to this day. Even like he went the other day. He told us. I'll ask him tomorrow on the air. I'll say, hey, have you been to your hair salon? I'll say, well, how much is it? Like you said, I think it's $7. Yeah, exactly, Jess. It's new to him. You should have seen. You should have seen the computer that he used before this one. Fuck. Listen, I've had some dandies, but as much as we criticize my computers, they've been all right. You know, I just beat the hell out of them. Fuck. But dude, he had like his girlfriend's like old computer that she didn't even use for work that she basically gave him. It's like 20 years old or something. Man. Like, I think it's on dial-up. Like basically it's not compatible with anything. Like, you know what I mean? It was just terrible. So he went half-ass. He got this new one, but it's not really new. And all right. So even the second half over is looking pretty good too. They put up 61 points in the third. I would suggest to go over 247 and a half now in game. What do I have? 239 and what was it? Open bets. What do I have? Yeah, I have over 239 and a half. I also have the regular total for the game, but I bet like the second half, 239 and a half. So right now it's 249. 248 and a half. 99.98 with like 10 minutes left. So they're essentially at 200 with 10 minutes left. You're telling me they're not going to score another 47 and a half points? Basically, they need 51 and a half points in 10 minutes and 30 seconds. But whatever. We already had a decent day here with the Knicks. We're battling back. We're trying to get this account back up. But I am going to go to the book this weekend. I am going to go to the book this weekend. I haven't been there in 2 weeks. Listen, I'd like to go to the UFC, but I have to pay my rent on the 15th, which was the other day. Between rent, fucking fantasy football winners, fucking weed's not cheap here. I'm not, this is the first time in like, a little while. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm not, I got to be careful here. So when I say I got to be careful, I got to pick some winners this weekend. So I never cashed all those winners. Remember, I had remember I went 4-0 with those tickets 2 weeks ago in the football, the wild card weekend. I never went and cashed them. I like to save these tickets for a rainy day. So exactly, Big Will. It's Brooklyn, man. $100 to get in, 200 booze. That's 300. Fucking stupid miscellaneous shit. Even more than 200 on booze. Fucking food there, like you said, travel. And that's just there, dude. And you know me, Big Will. What happens after when I leave the UFC at fucking 12:31 in the morning in Brooklyn? It's not like I'm coming home to bed, right? God knows where I end up doing. Fuck, I won't even remember. I'll be all blacked out. Like you said, it'll be a 5 to 7. Fuck, the night I didn't even go to the UFC, it cost me $250. So you read my mind, Big Will. I'm thinking, yeah, I wouldn't mind going to the card in Brooklyn, but whatever, fuck. And I'd rather just be at the sports book where I can actually get my money back. I can bet each fight as it goes along, bet it. Drinks are cheaper there, and it's fucking close to me. And it's freezing as hell, like you said. And it's close to me, right? I'm close to the FanDuel. When I get drunk, I can be home in 15 minutes, fuck, you know? Like, it sounds crazy, but I'm actually starting to already think about the Super Bowl, my bankroll and stuff. And I'm, whatever. It's good news, bad news. It's probably better that I don't have full access to everything. But, like, long story short, I got to win this weekend to keep everything flowing here, to keep up the lifestyle. I got to win this weekend. I'm gonna put I'm gonna roll it over on the UFC. I'm not going crazy. I'm more selective now. I got something going on bookmaker here a little bit here too. I'm trying to build this up. But like I said today, my mindset now is sort of already in Super Bowl mode. My mind is in Super Bowl mode already. It's not that far off the Super Bowl. It's earlier than usual this year. Super Bowl pops up February 3rd. Usually, like, they used to be like last Sunday in January. It used to be January 26th all the time and shit. But in the modern era, they bumped it. But this year, it happens to pop up pretty early. Like, it's not that far away, the Super Bowl. Like, what's the date today? Today's the 17th. Today's the 17th. The Super Bowl's on the 3rd. Like, that's pretty, like, it's pretty close. The Super Bowl is in, wow. The Super Bowl is in 16 days and 23 minutes. So, in other words, in 22 minutes, the Super Bowl is 15 days away. So, I'm talking about from like gambling and everything. I'm just trying to keep this account alive at Bet365, and I'm going to try to build it up some more so I can attack at the Super Bowl. Boom. Bookmaker. I'm building up for the Super Bowl. And this weekend, I'm betting for like to stay alive to the Super Bowl and, to hammer the Super Bowl as well. Look, if I can roll over these tickets and I can do well this weekend, that'll be big. I'm taking a chance by basically laying it all down, but it is what it is. Listen, between the games, there's 2 games this weekend, and the one game I like more is the Chiefs. That's the one. I believe the Chiefs are going to win. The Patriots haven't won a game on the road in the playoffs since 2006. The 2006 season, it was actually technically 2007, but it was the 2006 season. Then they won in January. You know what I mean? One thing, the Lakers, I'll give them credit. It's hard to believe they're 24 and 21, considering they haven't had LeBron James. This is the 12th straight game they've been missing. Like, people are critical of them, but they are battling. The Lakers are weird. Like, though, they'll give you one night big effort, the next night they won't. They're inconsistent with their effort. But yeah, as I was saying today with the Knicks game, I don't know. I got a feeling to take the Knicks today, and so the Knicks actually played pretty well. But man, did they lose a heartbreaker! Like, I don't know. Like, I've never seen that in my life. Actually, that happened. So basically, they collapsed late. They were up. They blew like a 9-point lead in like the last minute. It was like Houston last night. Like, Washington just started hitting threes in the last like 30 seconds of the game, and you're like, "Are you serious? Fuck, are they really going to come back?" And it was like, "Yeah, they are." And the Knicks had a 1-point lead with 3.3 seconds left. It was the stupidest like strategy ever for Scott Brooks. Like, he's an idiot. Like, basically, the Knicks had the ball, and there was like a 3-second differential on the shot clock, and they were up 1. I guess in the end it worked out for Washington, but this is what happened. So 27 seconds left. Knicks up 1. Moutier's got the ball, and he's just dribbling, and he's killing the clock, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. Except they waited too long. So they're stupid. Like, I don't know. They didn't take it to the rack. They just sort of stood there, and they figured, look, what? And I didn't understand. I was like, I don't know why Washington's not fouling. They're only going to have like 2.9 seconds left. So Washington doesn't foul, and the Knicks are so stupid because they're the Knicks. The Knicks don't take it to the rack. The Knicks, like at the end of the shot clock, they're like, oh shit, and they heave it up. It misses the rim. It hits the backboard, shot clock violation. They look at the clock. They put 3.3 seconds on it. And then Washington inbounds the ball on New York side of the court, and it was real ugly too. Like, Beal wanted to take a 3, but the Knicks did a good job. They had 2 dudes on Beal. So Beal passed it inside, and Buddy fucking dribbled it in. Very awkwardly, sort of like lobbed it up. And it was going in. He lobbed it up, and a guy in the Knicks fucking swatted it out of the air. So I'm doing the show, and I'm like, oh, the shot's blocked. But then I saw Washington celebrating. And then I was like, oh, I think he dunked it in. I guess I didn't see it properly. And then they showed the replay, and it was like, no, fuckhead. He was going up. He tossed it up. And Buddy on the Knicks swatted it, but it was clearly goaltending. But then they had to check the clock to see how much time was left, and it turned out there was 0.2 seconds left. So in other words, the Knicks blew like a 22-point lead today and lost with 0.0 seconds left on a fucking goaltending call. I don't think I've never seen a game decided by a goaltending call like that. Or if I have, I don't remember. Yeah. Yeah, Scoom, aren't you in New York? Exactly. Exactly, Big Will. Yeah, the Knicks are tanking. Yes, Pick Machine. We're doing a Super Bowl betcast on the Fantasy Sports Network with Cam Stewart and Corey Parson. I'm going to wrap it up in a minute here, but here's a little gambling tip on the way out that you guys know. Yeah, I'm leaning with the Rams in that game. I'm going to be on the Rams, but I'm not going to go massive on them. I like the Chiefs more, but I'm calling an upset with the Rams. We're going to talk about the games tomorrow with Teddy. We're going to jump into the props. Good call, Edge. I've been waiting. I haven't jumped in on the props yet. And boom, they're up. I'll tell you right now what they're going to be. Fuck. Drew Brees' passing yards will be 305. Jared Goff will be 286. Player total passing yards. All right, I was close. I said 286 for Jared Goff was 284.5. I said 305 for Drew Brees. It was 299.5. Interesting. The long field goal prop is in play in this game. You know what's crazy? Look at this. Patriots and Chiefs are playing in bad conditions outdoors. Not as bad as we thought, but still for field goal kicking, bad conditions outdoors. And it's 45.5, yet it's 44.5 indoors with the two best kickers in the league. Tucker's not the best kicker in the league anymore. The best kicker in the league is Will Lutz of the Saints. And you could argue the second best kicker or the best kicker in the league is Greg Zuerlein of the Rams. Both these guys are boomers, fuck. And it's indoors. Both these coaches attempt long field goals because they're ballsy. They're not scared of, I'm going to give them the ball. Like, they have confidence in their kicker and shit. I like that prop. I'll be going big on that one in this game. You notice I haven't been forcing that one. I'll have a bunch of props for you, though, when it's all said and done. I've learned my lesson for the Super Bowl this year, though. You know, it's hit or miss with me for the Super Bowl. I like to bet big on the Bowl. But I always hit the props, fuck, in the Super Bowl. That's my biggest beef with that Carolina-Denver game. I made a big mistake because I was wasted. I was in line, and I already had all this money on the Panthers. And right before the game, I got fucking scared. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I better bet on these props to really even this out. I already had props, but I was like, I better bet more on the props. And I was going to go really hard. I was going to put like fucking 3 dimes down on these props. And I was fucking wasted. And I was in line. It was taking forever. And then I was like, you know what? Carolina's going to win the game. I already have a shitload of money on this game. Screw it. Screw the props. And I fucking abandoned ship. I abandoned ship. I bet, like, I didn't bet as much on the props I wanted. And then after the game, I was like, fuck, man. I like that CJ Anderson prop. I'm going to be looking at the touchdown scores, total touchdown passes. We'll dig in. We got time. We got to get out of here. We'll see you in the morning. We got a good show in the morning. Teddy covers from Vegas. Taylor Stevens joins us via Skype. Talk about our Patriots. Michelle Serpico and Trey Mancini of the Baltimore Orioles check in from Nashville. And I think we even have Coach Nick on. I think it's like a full fucking all-out blast tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we got Mick always calls in Friday. Yeah, Coach Nick just got back to me. He's in. Stack show tomorrow. All right, so Right now it is 114, 113 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Lakers and OKC. So they're at 227 right now. We got over 239 where we should get there. Oklahoma City just scored 115, 114, and they're going to the line. And they're going to the line. Oklahoma City's going to win this game. It's like the Knicks. The Lakers will find a way to screw this up late. They've actually battled pretty hard. Look, I took the underdog earlier today with the Knicks. It's, you know, they say you don't like betting on bad teams, but every sport is different. You sort of have to know some of these like teams in the NBA. Like, look last night, Houston Rockets, they lost outright. You know, reputation sort of bet on Houston. Brooklyn beats them. Today, New York Knicks getting 8 points. The Knicks suck, but when you get 8 points, and it was really like, do you trust Washington? Oklahoma City, we know. Like, at the end of the night, Paul George and Westbrook are going to put up 1 million points. But, you know, the games are always close. Oh, shit. I'm in 233rd place out of 2,972 people. See, I'm pretty good at this shit. Like, I'm much better than I used to be. I never finished, like, consistently every night like this, but it's not good enough. Like, fuck, man. One of these nights, I'm really just hoping I can blindly hit this shit. But my lineup right now, I'm up to 287 points. Kyle Lowry got me 42. Devin Booker got me 43. Kyle Kuzma's at 43 with 3 minutes left. Serge Ibaka got me 31. Bobby Portis got me 33.5, which is real good for the 4,600. Corey Joseph was fucking 3,300 or something. He was owned by 1.4% of the people. 18.5. Paul George got 52 fantasy points, and there's still 3 minutes left. And this is my best pick of the night tonight. Miles Bridges, who wasn't an optimizer pick. This is my hunch. Miles Bridges tonight owned. He was like the league minimum. I think he was 3,200 actually. And Miles Bridges was owned by 0.5%. That's when you know that's a good pick. How much was he? 3,200. So for the value, he needed to give me 16 points for the 3,200. It's times 5 in basketball. That's what you're shooting. Like, after, you want more than 5, but 5 is sort of like, you know, what you're getting, the target. Football is 3 times 3. So times 3 times the salary. Basketball is times 5. So, you know, 17 points would have been all right. Good pick. 17 points. You plugged in a cheap play, but he got me 22 points. So 22 points for $3,200 is value. Like, I really didn't go wrong anywhere here. Kyle Lowry was decent. Could have given me a bit more, but 42, not bad. Devin Booker, 43, not bad. Kuzma was a great pick. You know, Ibaka was sort of okay. For 6,500, Ibaka should have gotten me like 35 points instead of 31. Bobby Portis got good value. Fuck, 33 for 4,600. Or for how much was he? 44. 4,600. Corey Joseph and Paul George has scored 2. I'm up to 291. Oh, I just jumped to 191st place. It's crazy. I just jumped 30 spots with that basket. One of these nights, guys, I play every day now. And it's insane, though, man. People play like a million lineups. I'm playing one lineup a night. All right, I got to get out of here. We'll see you in the morning. Oh, yeah, the double ups and all that 50. No, I'm just having fun with this, dude. All right, there, 232 points. It's no guarantee we get to 240 here. All right, Westbrook's going to the line. It'll get there. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you in the morning. Other than that, you're on your own. You guys rock. Thanks for the patronage. Later.